I don't be all emotional, but it's been, a rough 9 years without Tyree. Um, we missed all the major milestones so far: his 16th birthday, his 21st birthday. I got to see him get a GED, which was a good thing, but he's grown up in prison and he's seen things, he's seen murders, he's seen a lot since he's been there, but he's matured, he's grown, he's becoming a better person. Um, he's learned a lot from this experience, and this experience has changed our whole family, um, you know, for the better. And I've always believed that Tyree is where he's at now for a greater purpose. Um, and I think when he comes home, he's gonna do a lot for our community.
And Tyree will be home, and I have no doubt that he'll be great when he is home.
Miss Patricia, I must tell you, baby, Tyree is fine, okay?
Thank you. And he knows it. He knows.
She said he knows it.
He knows.
He is a very, very, very handsome young man.
Thank you.
I do believe deep in my heart that he will not spend all that time in there. Tyree is home, baby. Tyree is home, baby. We is in the building. Are y'all ready for this show tonight? Baby, this is legendary. Okay? This is legendary. Oh, he here. He here. And he got some he got to say. Baby, don't even worry about it. He is here. He got something he got to say. And baby, let's get it.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus. Let's talk about celebrities. Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on PEACHY Time. PEACHY Time. Tune in on PEACHY Time. PEACHY Time. Come join us on PEACHY Time. PEACHY Time. Join us on PEACHY Time. PEACHY Time. Yeah.
In order for y'all to do what God is calling y'all to do, to take y'all platform to where it's a plateau and it can go to levels that you never seen, don't best believe it's gonna come with devils.
You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. I don't want them to be like they know what I'm going to say because it's polite. But I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody going to clean it up.
Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107.
No shade. No shade. No shade, baby. It's time to get it. We gonna get it. And we are going to get it. Okay? It's your girl, the missus. The missus with the kisses, baby. Mwah. What's good? What's good in your city, baby? It's good over here on my block, baby. You already know how we do over here. I'm trying to get this little. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I am so glad that y'all are here tonight. I see y'all in the baby. When I tell y'all the community was here a year ago, way back a year ago, and baby, y'all is here right now. Y'all is here right now supporting this young man, Tyre. Baby, let me bring up my co-host. Let me bring up Jason. Jason down there laughing, smiling already. I see his ass down there. Explicit language, and also allegedly. But I'm finna bring up Jason because, baby, y'all already know I'm already on 10,000.
That part already turned up. Already turned up. Yeah, I said she came in with the shades on. You came in with the shades on. I say we got something new today. You know what I mean?
Yes.
By the way, you gotta stop playing that fair usage warning. Didn't DJ J tell you not to do that?
I said I was gonna correct it. And I didn't get the chance.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah,
I had to point it out.
I got to. We got
to point it out.
Hey man, we gotta hold each other accountable. You hear me?
Thank you.
That part.
Hold each other accountable, baby. Sorry, DJ Just J, but I'm gonna have it fixed next episode.
You got till Friday. I got till Friday. Yo, big shout out to everybody in the building. We got BG in the building. We got Joyce in the building. Yokita in the building. Audra in the building. What up, though, to everybody else that has not said hello yet? Excuse me. Make sure that you guys are hitting that plus sign, which is adding us to your favorites, or hitting that bell notification. So when we go live, you know what's going on. We up. We at it. But also, make sure you're following us on all platforms. That's right. Make sure you're following us over on Twitter, following us on Instagram, YouTube. You already know the vibes. We up and at it. And not only that, make sure you pull us up on your Roku TV, right?
You better do it.
You got to do it. Look, you pull us up on that Roku TV. Yeah, 55, 65, 75. You know what I'm saying? And up. You know what I mean? Now, here's the thing. If you can't find us, maybe you got to look for PEACHY TYME, and that's time spelled with a Y, TYME, on all platforms and even Roku TV. So if you have a Roku TV or enabled device, that is how you'll find us. Now, you won't look for us in some regular spaces. Wherever you find Hulu, wherever you find Netflix, Disney Plus, all of those, you also will find PEACHY TYME. Again, that's PEACHY TYME spelled with a Y, TYME. You heard? Oh, and before we get up out of here, before we start the show, please, I gotta let you guys know that it's going down next week, man. I'm in Atlanta next week. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be broadcasting and everything. We're gonna be at the Yo ATL Raps Award Show. It's going down. What is that? April 27th at 7:00. You know what I mean? We both are nominated for both of our shows in our respective categories. So I hope that we both bring home the gold and we can be able to, show you guys what it looked like. So nothing but pure excitement. Shout out to Carmen in the building with us. What up, though? But make sure that you guys tune in. We're going to have some fun stuff happening while I'm in Atlanta for the weekend. So, stay tuned for all of that. Tons of it. Yeah.
We might have a whole party.
That part.
Whole shindig.
Now you aging yourself. You're showing your age. A shindig. Yeah.
I'm just happy right now, baby. I'm just happy right now. You know what I'm saying? And this is Jason's.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Jason, go ahead and say your shit.
So yeah, we've been nominated. So my platform has been nominated for Internet Radio Station of the Year. I'm excited for it. It's my first nomination. Beyond being nominated here with PEACHY TYME from last year and this year, but now this is my own separate. So it's a beautiful feeling, and I'm excited. Fingers crossed, man. Keep prayers that we take the we take the gold home. We'll be on the red carpet the whole night, you know, interviewing, talking to all the special guests that will be in attendance.
Not
I said me. Did I say we? My bad. When I speak, me, I will be on red on the red carpet. That part, taking interviews
with Donnell Jones. What you talking about?
I'll be talking to everybody that enters the building on a via red carpet. So stop in if you are in the area and you would like to join or come in attendance. It's like $30 to come witness some amazing stuff at the Atrium in Atlanta, man. Stone Mountain, stand up.
Stand it up, stand it up, stand it up. I am just so excited to get Jason to the A again. The last time that Jason was here in the A, it's unfortunate, but it is so true. Jason got diabetes.
She's joking. I did not, but yes, I got close. I got the sugars. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all call it.
Shivering and shit.
Right. In Atlanta, they call it the sugars. So I got the sugars while I was there for a little bit.
Baby, I brought all type of chicken and Kool-Aid to Jason.
Man, you remember anybody see the movies where they're pouring like half the bag of sugar in it? That's what they was, you know what I'm saying, making over there.
Yeah, that's what we do over here in the A. Okay, on my turf. That's what we do. But Jason was a great sport. You know, he didn't fall out. He didn't get to shaking and shit.
They go into a diabetic coma.
He made it back home to his girls and to his wife.
Girls.
He was just sad. You know, now I don't know what's gonna happen this year. I don't know. But all I know is that we're gonna have a little bit more chicken and a little bit more Kool-Aid. That's all I know. But thank y'all so much for joining. And again, like Jason said, if you do not want to have to turn your phone sideways like this to watch the show, please go on your TV. If you got Roku, and pull us up on Roku. We'll give you some time. We will give you some time. Pull us up on Roku TV. Download the app. Do not go to Roku channel. Go to the search bar. Type in PEACHY Time. Time spelled with the Y. Download and then save. Okay? Then save. And you can be sitting back, relaxing on your couch, on your TV, in your bed, all that. And you could be watching us on the big screen. Now, Jason, everybody ain't got no big screen.
Nope.
We've learned that.
Yep.
We love you, Carmen, because she got one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got one now. You know, she got tired of us saying everybody ain't got a big screen.
That part.
So she went out and got her big screen. So I'm telling y'all now, you can be watching us on the big screen, okay? On Roku TV. That's how we doing it over here. So go ahead and watch us. Each and every person, if this is your very first time, watching us, please comment. Let us know where you all are watching from, okay? Put them peaches in the comments.
I was going to say, drop them peaches if this is your first time, yeah.
Hey, Josette, boo. Hey, boo. Your Kita's in the bill. She said, have to have the Kool-Aid. Baby, you're going to have to come to my crib. Okay? You're going to have to come to my crib in order to get that good Kool-Aid. Because, baby, we making it just like they made it on, what was that movie? With Tisha Campbell?
House Party.
Gina? House Party. Just like on House Party when they just dipping it in. Yeah, that's what me and Poolie do over here.
No,
okay, Poolie say he don't. He just had to be heard tonight. He had to be heard. No, we don't. Yeah, that's what we do over here. So we got Mama Peach. We got Mama Peach in the building. Hey, Mama Peach, I love you, boo. I'm so glad you here because, baby, this is one of those shows. Okay. Oh my gosh. Jason, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing right now. Jason, do you got some type of applaud? Because you know my applaud button ain't working. Do you have anything right now that you can press? Anything? No,
What?
we can't hear nothing.
Oh, I just did it.
Oh, I knew your sound sounded different tonight.
Hold on.
Okay, Jason finna fix it. Because we can't hear nothing. But you do sound a little different. I just didn't want to say it. But it sounds like you're not connected to whatever your system is. Jason got that big system over there. He do lock his doors.
That part.
There we go. At
There
the
you go.
55, and we got down, Jason was like, I'm in the suburban area, and we keep our
We ain't
door.
gotta tell people that
I
no
said,
more.
no, Jason.
We ain't gotta tell people that no more.
I said, do not say that on PGC time. They will come look for you. So Jason, he locked his doors now. So I got to say, shout out to Loria Perez. Loria Perez. Baby, I love you. I love Loria Perez, baby. Loria is the person that actually brought this family to Peachy Tea Time for the first time. For those that is not aware, this family was on last year. Last year, of course, Tyre was not on because he was incarcerated. But his mother and his aunt, Melissa, and Melissa is in the building tonight, baby. Melissa said, I am here. There she go. Melissa Jackson. I'm here. But Melissa had to work tonight, but she watching in the bushes. She watching in the bushes, baby. So again, Loria Perez, thank you. Because of you, this family is here tonight. This family was able to get extra prayer from Peachy Tea Time viewers. And baby, when I tell you we prayed, hey Chrissy, when I tell you we prayed over here, Rachel, you better say it. Loria Perez is the truth. And that she is. Mama Bird. Okay. We love you over here, Loria. We really do. Loria was on here. She's been on here a couple times on PGT Time. She told her story of her two sons that was murdered through gun violence. And then she came on again with my friend, my sister, Tiffany. And baby, I mean, everybody just fell in love with Loria and also Tiffany. So again, Loria, thank you. Not just for coming on the Peachy Tea Time, but for doing what you do in the community. Thank you. Look at them. We love Loria. I mean, they is on it. I love you, cuz. Hey, boo. All right, y'all. So let's get started. I don't want to hold our guests down there too long. I know y'all waiting. I know y'all like, what he gonna say? Jason, what they saying down there? They trying to figure out what Tyre gonna say tonight, ain't they?
He got something to say, man.
Yeah, he gonna talk his shit tonight. That's what he gonna do. He said he gotta get some off his chest, okay? And everybody know over here is explicit language, also allegedly, but at the same time, when you have the one on the show, baby, y'all take it however y'all want to take it, and that's how we gonna put it out there, okay? So let's go ahead, bring up our friends, our family, the ones that we love over here on Peachy Tea Time, Miss Patricia and her son. This shit sounds so good to say this. Because we ain't know last year. We ain't know, Jason. We had the feeling. We had the faith.
Manifested
we kept believing. We prayed. We manifested that he was going to come home. But can we say we knew for sure? Hands down, guaranteed? No, we can't say that. But baby, God did. God did. Shout out to God.
Shout out to God. Shout out to God.
God, baby. He did his thing. And Tyre is here. Here they go, baby.
Hey.
Hey.
Yes. Tyree, hold on for a second. We gonna go to you in a second. Miss
Okay.
Patricia. Miss Patricia.
Yes,
Miss
ma'am.
Patricia. We was here a whole year ago.
Yes.
You didn't know how this was gonna turn out, baby.
Mm-mm.
You had no idea that a year later you was gonna be here on PGT time or anywhere else. Cause like I told you, it ain't even about PGT time. It's about your family. You had no idea that you was gonna be sitting here with your son who was facing, may I add, 90 years sentence to 90 years in prison. And here he is after 10 years later, right by your side. Your side, Miss Patricia. Baby, you got to tell us how you feeling.
Well, I knew it wasn't going to be 90 years. I knew it wasn't going to be 60. I knew it wouldn't be 30. So I had it in my heart that it would be 10, and I don't know why. And he came home a couple weeks before the 10-year anniversary.
Wow. Before the 10-year anniversary. Tyree, baby, you is here. you defeated all odds.
Yes, ma'am.
Like people that get that amount of time. I mean, it's people right now that we are working on, that we're trying to do all that we can to get them out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jason knows we are literally trying to do what we can on our end to get them out. You are out. You made it out from the age of 15 years old. And here you are 25 years old. And you are here in society, baby.
Yes, ma'am.
When I tell you, I'm so proud. I'm so happy for you. I don't know you, ain't never met you face to face. But when I tell you, I feel like we are family because your mother took the risk. Your mother said, I don't give a damn if it's an open case or not. I need to get on this show and say what I got to say.
Yeah.
And she did that. And here you are, baby. Here you are. Yes. Tell us, how do you feel right now in the moment? How do you feel right now?
Right now I feel blessed. Like I'm just happy to be home with my family, you know. But at the same time, it's always that adjustment period that I gotta go through, you know. So I'm still trying to adjust. I've been home like little under a month now. So I still got a prison mentality sometimes, you know. So I gotta adjust and try to shake that. And it's taking a little longer than I expected, but I'm slowly getting there.
Exactly. And don't worry about it. You're going to get there. And for everybody that's watching right now, this is part 1. Okay? This is part 1. Tyree and Miss Patricia will be back on next Wednesday. And we are going to talk about, Tyree, you know, you getting out and the challenges that you're facing right now, the things that you're going through. A lot of people, Miss Patricia, they want a family. I'm not gonna say their kids. I'm not gonna say their adult child. I'm not gonna say that. They want their family member to be out so bad. But they don't think about the next journey that comes when they come out. You know, it's something else that comes behind that. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about that part on next Wednesday on part 2. So make sure y'all tune in next Wednesday, part 2, to see the challenges that Tyree is going through on, you know, coming out of prison. We're also going to have another person that join us. Shout out to Sam. Shout out to Sam. Sam will be joining us just as well next month. He was incarcerated for 22 years and he is out. He was exonerated and he's out. I've already spoke to him, Tyree. He's willing to come on the show, and not just come on the show, but to also, talk to you after the show, so that y'all would be able to communicate with each other, and he can let you know what he went through, what I'm saying, when he got out. So I'm glad that I'm able to connect y'all two together, and we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna definitely make it happen.
For sure.
But first, we got to talk about what happened that day when you was 15 years old, the challenges that you went through, and what happened for you to get out. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to go all the way into details like that. Whatever questions me and Jason bring about, please feel free to be like, I can't answer that right now. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's okay. But I definitely want people to understand, get the awareness. That's the most important thing, to get the awareness on what is going on in society and in the law, in the courtroom, what's going on, whether it's shady or it's not shady. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. All right?
Okay.
Then we're going to show some clips.
Okay.
We're going to show some clips from last year with me, Miss Patricia, Auntie Melissa, and Jason just as well. So we're going to have a good time tonight. Again, thank you all so much for joining. Kick back, relax, and baby, we're going to have a good time, and we're going to celebrate Tyre making it home, because everybody don't make it home, baby. Everybody do not make it home, but God saw fit. I can't express that enough. God saw fit for Tyre to make it home, because Tyre got a purpose. Tyre, I can't tell you what the purpose is right now. I can't tell you. But what I can tell you is that God got a purpose for you. It's a reason why you made it out. Facing all that time, it's a reason why you made it out. And you're going to fulfill that purpose. Why? Because me, your mama, Jason, Miss Melissa, your auntie, and Sam is going to be on your ass, okay? So we're going to make sure you fulfill that purpose.
Yes, ma'am.
We own you, baby. We own you. But look, everybody in the comments, welcome home. I'm so happy for you. Hey, Gretchen. Gloria said, amen, amen. We got Nonchalant Tati, 100, baby, 100. Belinda said, Tyre, let God order your steps. Stay the course. So happy for you and your family. Detoria, blessings. Trust you will get there and better than ever. Don't try to catch up with what you lost. You have so much to gain. I'm sorry. You have so much to gain. So when I tell you, just like they was in the building for your mom and your auntie, baby, they in the building for you tonight just as well. Okay? So to go ahead, break the ice. Belinda said, yes, Miss Peachy. Talk to him. God does have a purpose for his life. Yes, he does, baby. I just try to do what I can do. Jason tried to do what he could do. And we just here because God sent us. Okay?
Yes,
God sent us. No matter how you look at it, God sent us to be here tonight. Okay? So we are going to go ahead and get started with the show. We got to break the ice, Tyrese.
Okay.
Tyre, we got to break the ice. So to break the ice, let everybody know what's going on. For the ones that did not watch the show a year ago, we're going to go ahead, play this news broadcast. After this news broadcast, this is the only news broadcast. All the other clips are just from, what happened from the last show with me, Jason, your mom, and your auntie. Okay?
Okay. Yes,
so
ma'am.
Here we go. When we come back, Tyre, we just going to take it all the way to the beginning.
Okay. Okay.
Say less.
Who brought the gun that killed Swope into that local park? and should they face consequences, Rick? The prosecution said Bradbury brought the murder weapon and a shotgun. They alleged that aided the trigger man, Robert Griffin. The defense saying that no one intended to kill the toddler, and that, of course, they argue Bradbury even tried to stop the shooting from happening. Swoveland was killed outside his aunt's home on Campo Street nearly 2 years ago. Police said a gang fight led to that shooting. Robert Griffin, the triggerman, was convicted of murder last February. The prosecution argued Griffin used a gun that Bradbury brought to the park. Other witnesses said Bradbury had a shotgun but didn't use it. 3 jailhouse inmates testified today. They told the jury about interactions they had with Bradbury. Terrence Peterson told the judge he said if he would never have brought the guns over, it never would have happened. One of those inmates mentioned a .38 revolver, the gun that police say is linked to Swoveland's death. The prosecution trying to prove Bradbury's connection to that gun. Jurors also heard a 3-hour-long video interrogation between Bradbury and police.
Did you think the 3 hours of him kind of changing his story helped your case?
It's hard to say. It's an unusual situation. It's very difficult for everybody involved, including Tyre, who was 15 years old at the time this happened.
Has been covering this all week long, and Suzanne, we're hearing that verdict is in now.
We are, after nearly 5 hours of deliberations, Rick, we're headed back into the courtroom shortly to hear exactly what that verdict is. But this, of course, comes after the prosecutor and the defense have been hard at work all week on much of their interrogations and all sorts of things. Now, jurors have to decide if bringing a gun to the South Bend Park is enough to convict Bradbury of murder. Prosecutors said Bradbury brought the .38 that Robert Griffin used to fire the fatal shots and therefore aided in his murder. But witnesses said Bradbury tried to stop the shooting from happening. In that interrogation, Bradbury didn't tell police anything about stopping that shooting, just the witnesses did. Through 3 days of testimony, the prosecution pointed to statements linking Bradbury to the lethal gun. In one point, he said, quote, "I had the shotgun and the .38. In another, he said, quote, "It's all my fault." In another, he said, "Instead of Larry, a little kid died." But the defense tried poking holes in that argument, saying there's no proof that Bradbury ever took that gun from a friend's house or gave it to the trigger man. Bradbury's defense attorney said, quote, "There's no evidence Tyre broke into his house and went over there and gave the gun to Griffin. We have nothing." Now, the jury has a very tough decision before you. As we told you, they have reached that decision. We're headed back into the courthouse again because they have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Bradbury brought that gun to the park with the intent to kill when he handed it over to the trigger man. They also have to prove he essentially caused the trigger man to kill Swoveland when he handed over that gun.
All right. We done laughed. We done kiki. We just had a good time. And then boom. Because we all know how PGT time is. We get deep down in it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to make sure I play that clip so that we can break the ice and, bring it back to the beginning. You see what I'm saying? Bring it back to the beginning. So, Tyre, I'm not from South Bend. I'm not from where you're from. I'm in that area, but I'm not from there. I'm sure that is a lot of people, because I can look at the numbers. There's a lot of people waiting for you to speak and say, what the hell happened that day when you was 15 years old? I want to start off by saying this. You are 25 years old right now. All that occurred when you was 15 years old. Do you even remember everything that happened that particular day? Do you remember?
Yeah, clearly, like it was yesterday.
Like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Jason, sit back, relax, because Jason had a lot that he had to say that day. Jason went in. So, please, Tyre, Miss Patricia, I already told you, if you're saying too much, just nudge him. Just nudge him. Say, that's it. But Tyre, please let us know what happened that day? Let's start from the beginning when you woke up. If you can remember, when you woke up that day, what was the vibes? What was going on that day?
Um, I remember that morning when I woke up, it was kind of a lot going on at the time in South Bend, so we was always on point though. So we got dropped off. My dad dropped us off at the park, but we wasn't expecting to going up there to doing nothing. We was just kids, so we was finna just go to the park and chill. So eventually later on that day, we ended up getting deeper. We started getting more friends with us. And a situation had occurred the day before the shooting
Okay.
where two different groups of my friends got into a scuffle, so and these two different groups of friends are from two different sides of towns. So the next day, as we was at the park, we happened to see one of the individuals that was involved in the scuffle the day before. He was confronted, you know, shots was let off, and the baby was struck. He was like 390 yards away to be exact, and that was resulted in his death.
Hold on, Tyree. Let's stop right there. Because that was something, and thank you for bringing that up. That was something that I literally meant to say at the beginning of the show. Give me 1 second. Rest in peace to Baby John. I don't want anyone, Baby John's family friends, because he was only 2 years old, so I'm sure he didn't have his own set of friends. But to his family friends, I want you all to know from the bottom of my heart, over here at PGT Time, and Tyree and his family, our hearts go out to you. Because at the end of the day, no matter how we look at it, a 2-year-old lost their life behind this. This 2-year-old, for those that is not aware, this 2-year-old was 3 blocks over. Gunshots rung, and the bullet traveled. And I know you all have heard that bullets don't have a name on it. This bullet traveled 3 blocks over, and this 2-year-old was just playing in the yard. Can't remember nothing. Just out in the yard playing, and got hit with that bullet. And he is no longer with us. So again, and I truly mean it, my heart, and I'm sure Tyree Hart and Miss Patricia Hart and Jason Hart goes out to this family. So I got to make sure I say this before we go any further with the show. We love you, and we are praying for your family. Because I'm a mama. So I understand and I get it. I get it. So we are truly, truly sorry. And rest in peace to Baby John. All right, I'm going to pull everybody back up. I'm sorry. I just had to say that. I had to say it.
It's
So
cool.
go
Thank
ahead,
you. Thank you
Tyree.
for saying that though.
Definitely. So go ahead with your story. So y'all, it was a bunch of y'all, go back to that. Y'all, it was a bunch of y'all. Um, it was 2 different groups, but those 2 groups was your friends, correct?
Yeah, both groups was my friends. But and it's rare,
Okay.
it's rare for that to even happen in South Bend because for ones that don't know about South Bend, it can get dangerous, so and they beef with people for no reason. It'd be the small things. So really you don't really see people cool with two different sides of towns like that. But I grew up on two different sides of town also, so I got friends everywhere, so but people don't look at it like how I would look at it. They'll look at it like I'm chilling with the ops or I'm kicking it with the ops whole time. These are my people I grew up with. So I was thrust into a situation, and I didn't want to pick a side, so I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Before the shooting happened, I told the shooter, nah, bro, let's figure this out something different. We don't gotta shoot each other. You know what I'm saying? We can fight. One-on-one. I ain't gonna let nobody jump nobody. Y'all gonna get y'all ones, and we gonna go. That's gonna be the end of that. But before I could even finish speaking, the shots was let off. You know, so I did try to prevent it, and I did not bring any weapons. The ones that was there know who brought the weapons. I'm not gonna say no names, but I did not bring any weapons. I did not break in nobody's homes and steal no weapons and supply the weapons to the shooter. None of that. It was just one person who said that, and he made like 5 or 6 other statements that were also not true, but they just so happened to believe that one because I wouldn't fault on my friends because I wouldn't tell who did it. So they felt like, oh, since you don't want to tell, you must have a bigger role to play in this, you know? So when the whole time, my role was probably less than everybody that was there. But I got the most than everybody that was there. You know, so
Jason, you from the D. You know, it goes down in D, baby. As a young man, do you see where he coming from?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Growing up on Schoolcraft, um, we had our same thing, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Schoolcraft boys. And then Finkel is not too far. That's the next Grand River Finkel. We talking two blocks away. You know what I mean? And all of that, it's the same thing. Like I grew up, I didn't go to the same schools that was in my system in my area because my mom didn't want that to happen. So she put me slightly outside of that. So I went to schools in the other neighborhoods, which didn't like the neighborhood I grew up in. But you know what I'm saying? You fall victim to the people you live around. Those are your people. You see them when you leave school. You know what I'm saying? And you're around them 24/7 for the most part. But then when you in school and you do get the time to move around and you get old enough, 15, you old enough to move around. I was old enough to move around. We all on the bus, go see our other peoples up the street, whatever the case may be. And you tend to, you know, grow friends in other parts of neighborhoods. But so yeah, I see exactly where that can, you know, what this young man could have been placed in.
Exactly. I agree. You know, I moved from Dowagiac, Michigan, to Saginaw, Michigan. You know, and I'm gonna be honest, Dowagiac, Michigan, there was a lot of white people, a lot of them. But yeah, it was, you know, but you know, the black people was where we all stuck together, you know, and then I moved to Saginaw. Tyree said it's Sag Nasty. Yes, Sag
Absolutely.
Nasty.
Yeah. Saying that.
Yes, you know, and it was all black, seemed like, at my school, you know, but at the same time, different people had different people that they hung out with every single day. These are the people that we went to school with. These are the people that I hang out with after school. But guess what? There's still people on the other side of town that my mama, you know what I'm saying? Not my particular mama. I'm just saying that my mama decided to bring me around because she had friends over there on that side of town, you know? And those people became my peoples. You see what I'm saying? So I definitely understand when you say these were all my friends. Now, Tyree, when you went into custody, okay? The day you went into custody, when they came and picked you up, how did they pick you up as far as the police? Where were you at?
I was in an apartment complex on like the west side of South Bend. I didn't even really know they was there until because I was asleep when they came.
You was
And
at home?
nah, I was somewhere else. I wasn't
Okay.
at home. But I was asleep when they came, and my family member knocked on the door and told me the police was outside. So I looked out the blinds, and they had the whole apartment complex surrounded with SWAT vans and all types. They brought me out the house like somebody had my hands, somebody had my feet, like a battering ram. The way they brought me out the house, so it was crazy for sure.
And how long from the time that you guys was at the park to the time that they came and got you from their house? How long was that?
Was that the next day?
The next morning.
The
Yep,
next
the next
morning.
morning. Yep.
The next morning they came and got you.
Yep.
I gotta say this, Tyree. I got to. And Miss Patricia knows. I am 100, 100. Thank you. Not thank you that you came and got them, but thank you, police, detectives, whatever, that y'all was on y'all damn job. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what the situation was, this 2-year-old is gone. And they came, they did what they supposed to do, regardless if it was the wrong thing, but they still came and did what they were supposed to do. Okay? Now they came, they got you, had you like you was an animal, sound like, instead of just saying, come on, stand up, walk out to the car. But they had you by your feet, by your hands, put you in the car. You went to the police station. What happened from there?
Um, they was trying to interview me, but I for some reason I couldn't bring it to tell on nobody because that's just how I was raised. Like, and I got a good heart. I can't tell on my friends like that. So instead of that, and on top of not really understanding the severity of what really happened, I was just playing with them. Like I was spinning them. Like, oh yeah, this person did it, and they'll go look for that person. Whole time he was at work the whole time, or I was just spinning. At one point in time, I said I did it. You know what I'm saying? Just to try to cover up the person who really did it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that kind of backfired in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Because they started using my words against me in court. So it backfired.
Mm.
But that's also not really understanding the severity of what's going on. Like I'm 15, like it's like I couldn't understand you can go to prison for the rest of your life for this. It's like I couldn't put that in my head at the time.
I think the fact that he knows that he didn't do it, the thought of him going to prison for the rest of his life just wasn't part of
the
the
plan,
picture.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably like, oh, I didn't do it. They can't take me to jail for it. So I'm just going to tell him whatever.
Mm. And I know a lot of people will always ask this, or do you think now you'd have done anything different, said anything different, participated differently?
Oh, of course. I had several opportunities to just leave before it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like I had rides and everything. So like I don't know if I would have left, but I know I would have did more to prevent what happened.
Okay.
All right. Now, I did ask Miss Patricia and also Tyree if we will be able to take calls today. And they both agreed. So this is the number. Hold on, let me scroll it. All right. So that's the phone number if you guys want to call in, because I do see a lot of questions in the comments. And you guys can call out at any time. We do have the phone right here. So call in at any time if you want to, ask Tyree some questions, or if you just want to give him some encouraging words. Okay. But at the end of the day, please, please, please be respectful. Please be respectful. Let's get into one of the questions. Tyree, did you ever tell the police that you bought the weapons, or did they try to force you to say you did? And did they allow you to wait for your mom before questioning? Because right now we're assuming that they came and got you from the apartment complex and your mom wasn't there and they just start questioning you. Is that accurate?
Nah. They didn't start questioning me until my mom was present.
Okay, so she was there
Yeah.
before they start questioning you.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing because that don't happen all the time.
Mhm.
So shout out to South Bend for that. You did your part on that. Did you tell the police that you brought the guns to the scene?
No,
Okay.
absolutely
Okay.
not.
He did not tell the police that.
They
Um,
took the statement of one of the co-defendants that blamed Tyree and the fact that Tyree took blame by saying it was all my fault. And they put the two together to make it that Tyree taken guilt for bringing the guns to the park that day.
okay.
And I wasn't
Tyree,
saying it was my fault because it was
just
my
about
fault.
to ask you that.
I was saying it was my fault because I felt like I could have did more to prevent from what happened. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't my fault at all. I just said it was my fault because I felt guilty about what happened, and I felt like I could have did more to stop what happened. That's where my guilt came from, and the fact that the 2-year-old passed away, like that hurt me too. You know what I'm saying? Just because I was charged with it, I'm not no animal to where I don't have feelings neither. Like I felt that too. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for that too. Like I got this baby name tatted everywhere on my body. You know what I'm saying? Like in remembrance.
Mhm.
And as long as I'm here, I'm gonna speak his name and live for him. I know that might not be enough for his family or you know what I'm saying, his friends, his family friends, but like it's all I can do. Like as long as I'm here though, he gonna be remembered. That's a fact.
So you just felt bad and felt guilty because you was there at the time that it happened. You couldn't stop. You couldn't break up the fight. You couldn't stop it or anything like that. So you
I
felt like
tried. I tried. I just feel like I didn't do enough. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. Now, when you say you tried, what did you do? As far as you tried, what did you do?
Okay, it was one individual that was the initial victim that was getting shot
The
at
intended
first,
victim.
the intended victim. He was my childhood friend. I grew up with him since we was kids. You feel me? So, and he was into it with some of my friends from my neighborhood where I'm from. You feel me? So you can imagine how I was put in the predicament. You know what I'm saying? These is people I grew up with every day that I kick it with every day in my neighborhood. But at the same time, this is my best friend. We grew up since kids. You know what I'm saying? So I can't just say forget him because y'all beefing with him. I got to try to make a solution. So as everybody got in the street and confronted this man, I stepped up and told everybody that was with me from my neighborhood, this ain't finna go down like that. If anybody got a problem, y'all gonna handle that one on one. Y'all not finna jump him or nothing. This shows you where my mental was that I wasn't even thinking about nobody shooting at the time. I'm thinking it's gonna just be a fight, and that's gonna be that, and we gonna go our separate ways. But as I'm trying to separate everybody and saying what I'm saying, one of my co-defendants just pulled his gun and started shooting. Like have no care for nothing in the world, just like didn't tell me to move, nothing. Just pulled his gun and started shooting.
Tyree was standing in the middle of both parties, and one of them friends started shooting with Tyree right there in the middle.
Wow.
And I was froze at that scene for a while, like, cause I was in shock. Like, did this really just happen? Like, and I'm thinking my friend hurt. You know what I'm saying? Cause he just got shot at. I don't know if he hit or not, but I'm automatically thinking something wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? Thank God he was cool, but the baby just was like, it was too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just too much at that time. It's still too much now. Like, I still think about it
Exactly.
every day. Like, it's almost like a form of PTSD. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
I get it. I get it. Miss Patricia,
Yeah.
mama, how do you feel? Are you proud that he tried to, you know, be in the middle and be like, hey, nah, let's not do this?
Yeah.
Or especially being that they was all friends. Well, I'm not gonna say they was all friends, but he was friends with both of them. Or do you feel like he should have just walked away? I wish he would have just walked away, not said nothing at all, not even been there. Like, how did you feel?
Um, I I'm proud of him for trying to stop it. Like these are
Hmm.
two groups of friends, and you would want to resolve the conflicts, not with violence. And I'm glad that he tried to do that. It didn't work, but that's what we need in every neighborhood. Like these kids are out here
Yes,
killing each other for no reason at all. If there was somebody to step in and say, "Hey, let's work this out another way,"
exactly.
we need
It's
more Tyrese. Yeah.
we definitely need more Tyree out here in this community. Definitely. Um, being that there was weapons in the proximity, Tyree, was you ever afraid?
For my life,
Yes, in that moment, was you ever afraid?
um, I can't really say afraid because it ain't nothing I haven't been around already before. So
It
I
was the
can't really say
norm.
I was, huh?
I said it was the norm.
Yeah, yeah. So it wasn't that I was really afraid. I was just more shocked at the situation. And then when I found out what really happened after the smoke settled, like it was a lot, especially for me being 15 and having to deal with what I had to deal with at the time. It was a lot, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it made me a stronger person. It made me a better man. So it's kind of bittersweet, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly. Um, do you wish you wouldn't have never even showed up? If you could go back in time right now, Tyree, do you wish you wasn't even there? You was hanging out with your mom at the time. Do you wish that this wouldn't have never even came about?
I do. I wish the whole situation would have never happened like it did. You know what I'm saying? Like that day, I did not wake up like planning on somebody to get hurt. Like
Mm,
that was not in my intentions at all. You know what I'm saying? And it still wasn't that day. But the way it happened, it just happened so fast. You know, it's like the streets sometimes. Sometimes you fall victim, even though you innocent. And it's like I
exactly.
was wrapped up in the streets and it got a hold of me. And people think I'm crazy when I say this, but I thank God for prison because it saved my life. I would
Mm,
probably been dead or really in prison for some stuff I couldn't get out of for the rest of my life. Like I'm thankful for prison. I got a college education, I got trades, I got all this good stuff, and I got a better mentality than I did when I was a kid. So without prison, where would I be? I'd probably be dead or really stuck in there. So I'm thankful. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bitter at all.
okay. Now I gotta ask you this. You're not the first person that I've asked this question to. But because of you saying if it wasn't for prison, me going to prison, there's no telling where I would be. Was this gang related? Was you in a gang?
No, no, absolutely not. It's just I grew up on the side of town and other people grew up on the side of town. Just like you grew up on the side of town and we let it be known where we from. Like we from this side of South Bend or we from this side of South Bend. It's not like we in a gang, we got flags and we got colors and we gang banging and none of that. It's just we love where we from, so we gonna represent where we from.
Exactly.
It's not like I was in the organized crime gang or none of that. None of that.
They're just neighborhood friends.
Just
All
neighborhood.
friends from the neighborhood. And the charge that I was charged with, the criminal gang enhancement, is so vague. It can be anybody charged with that. as long as it's 3 more people, it can be 3 people that claim the same
On the same football
school
team, yeah.
or anything like that, and they commit a crime, and they're gonna charge them with what they charge me with. So it's vague. It's completely vague. Like it, they shouldn't be able to charge anybody with that period, because that charge alone doubled my sentence.
Right.
I was sentenced to 45 for a murder, and they doubled it with that criminal gang enhancement and gave me 90 years. So, and I'm not the only person they did like that in South Bend. It's dozens of individuals just like me that's locked up in South Bend or locked up in Indiana prisons that went through the same thing I'm going through, that's fighting for their life right now.
Mm-hmm. Just because you're associated with 3 or 4 people,
that's all.
In general, that caught a case, now they can put that enhancement on it. Facts.
That's all. That's it.
Now, Tyre, I already told you we don't write down questions. We go off the vibe, straight off the dome. I gotta ask you, because you said you remember. You said you remember back then like it was yesterday. I don't ask hard questions. Miss Patricia can tell you. I do not ask hard questions. But Tyre, I got to ask you this. How did you feel when them bastards, sorry, Mama Peach, she don't like me saying bastards, but I gotta say it. How did you feel when them bastards at the age of 15 told you 90 years? Because I'm sure, so at your age, people probably think at your age, okay, I done got in trouble. Probably gonna hit me with, on the wrist. I'm gonna be up out of here a couple days, week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe even a month.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel when they said 90 years at the age of 15 years old? What was going through your head?
I'm not gonna lie, the first couple years, it was like a shock. I was numb to it. Like, I knew I had all this time, but like, it was like I was numb. It really didn't hit me until like my brother died in 2017, when I really realized, like, dang, people steady dying. I'm in here. It's like I'm dead too, because I'm not out there. It was just like a lot of stuff that added up to make me realize, like, hold on, this can be the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? So once I realized that, I trained my mind to, this could be the rest of my life. So that's what I'm trying to get my mind out of right now, is being in prison for the rest of my life, because I'm free now. I still got tendencies, like I'm locked up still. I'm paranoid, like I'm weird, like some people say, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, but they don't understand the mentality that I had to put in my mind to survive being in prison. You know what I'm saying? So, but if they
Okay,
don't understand, if they don't,
you just said that some people think I'm weird.
yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Let me tell y'all something. Tyre is my friend now. If you feel like Tyre is weird, don't even come around. Don't come around. Don't say nothing. Don't talk to your friends about none of that. Because he ain't weird. Okay? He's just going through something that you didn't go through. And thank God that you didn't have to go through this. I can't tell you stop calling him weird and all that, because you do what you want to do. You say what you want to say. But if you feel that way about Tyre, that means you don't know the game, baby. You don't know how it works. So since you don't know, leave him alone. Don't even come in his presence. Don't come around his peoples. None of that. Okay? Okay? Lesson 101. All right. Sorry, Tyre. I just had to make
Facts,
that clear.
though.
You family with me now. We family. I had to make
Say
that clear.
that,
Don't
bitch.
mess with Tyre. Okay? Don't mess with him. I have a show called PEACHY. I will blast you. Don't mess with Tyre. It is my show. Don't mess with him. Okay, Tyre, you go ahead.
So I actually have a question, right? Have you
Yeah.
ever been in trouble before then? Like, did you ever been in the law and the system before that incident?
Yeah.
A couple times. Okay, so
Yeah.
you kind of figure you're aware of changing the clothes, getting put in the system, being in there for a day or two, right?
Yeah.
Right. So my question is though, and I and you kind of answered it to a point of it took a few years for you to realize like, damn, I might actually be in here. But when the verdict was read, they said 90 years. They took you in the back, put you in transportation, or maybe put you back at the house for there while you sat there for a bit until you got transported over. But when that final transportation happened, that final change of clothes happened, and they said, you know what I'm saying, doors locked, boom, and it's nighttime. Like, what was in your mind for that first few days or first day when you like, damn, I'm in here with the big dogs, 15 years old,
Yes.
and we have 90 years on my head. Like I get it. I get that we switched the mentality, but I mean, I remember when I did my first little number and it was just in the jailhouse, right? And I did a few weeks, but it was like that first night, it's like, man, like I can't sleep. I keep hearing stuff. It's cold in here. It hurt this bed. I'm used to my Serta. Like I'm used to, queen size bed. I'm not used to this slap that's stuck next to the wall. Like what was that first thought on that first night of that big house?
It was like you said, I didn't get no sleep at all. It was basically just trying to soak everything in. Like I was real curious about what was going on. Like I was just looking around. I was real observative, because like I'm new here. So first thing you gotta do is observe your surroundings, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So first couple weeks or so I just laid back, stayed to myself and just observed, and from there I figured out what I needed to do. Okay, this crowd over here, they stay out of trouble. Why? Because they in school. Okay, so I need to get in school then so I can stay out of trouble.
That
You know
part.
what I'm saying? Like, cause in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, if nothing else goes for me, I might have a chance at a modification. So I need to stay out of the most trouble I can so I can have hope for that modification. It might be 20 years down the line, but it's better than the 90 that I got.
Facts.
So I always had that in the back of my head, like a modification. So I went down and I did everything I needed to do to solidify that modification in case it had to come to that.
I like that.
We have a question. John Dale said, "Did you go to the big people jail?" We don't know the terms, okay?
Yeah,
Did you go to the big
Like,
people jail
he went to prison. Yeah,
at 15 years old or
Nah,
placement till you
they-
He
turned
was
18?
at the county jail from 15 until he was sentenced at 17. Um, while he was in the county jail, the Supreme Court ruled that juveniles can't be housed with adults. So they moved Tyree to solitary confinement for almost a year
jeez.
until he was sentenced.
Mm.
When he was sentenced at 17, they sent him to juvenile. And then when he turned 18, they sent him to prison.
Solitary confinement. Can you
for no
define it?
reason.
At the county
Okay.
jail because they didn't know what to do with them.
Okay, so but what was solitary? What did you call it again?
The
Solitary
whole
confinement.
segregation.
So you was by yourself.
That part.
Yeah, I had no
20 hours.
privileges. I had nothing. I came out my cell an hour a day.
Yep.
It
23
was
hour
like
lockdown.
it was like I was being punished for no reason, just because I was a juvenile and they didn't have no other option for me.
Tyree, you are free now. You are at home now.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you feel that you had to go through that? Like, be by yourself when you know you ain't did nothing wrong. I was just trying to stop them. I'm trying to stop them from fighting. And now y'all got me locked up, 15 years old, by myself, can't deal with nobody. What was your mentality at that time?
Um, you talking during while I was fighting my case?
Yes, when they had you in solitary confinement.
Well,
where
Peachy,
it was just you.
that doesn't align, right? So
Okay.
him
Help
fighting
me,
this case,
because I don't know.
right? No, him fighting this case was before he was 15, 16 still, and then at 17. So we're still 2-3 years afterwards. So he's already been sentenced, and like there was no more fighting. And then explain more, guys, if I'm saying this wrong. That's how
He
I'm
went
hearing
to
it.
the county jail. He went to the county jail at 15. His trial, we didn't go to trial for almost 2 years. So it wasn't until he
Wow.
was 17 that he was found guilty and sentenced. Once he was sentenced at 17, they moved him to juvenile and then to prison at 18. But he was housed in the adult county jail for 2 years, from 15 to 17.
And I was in the murder robbery dorm, the dorm with all the murderers and robbers at 15 years old.
Right, the real knuckleheads, the ones that still
They
got it
call
in their system while they in there. Facts.
Yeah, they call it the gladiator pod.
Facts, yeah. The gulags
But
if you
that
play games, right?
yeah, that's just because of my charges, what I was charged
Yep.
with. It was nothing to do with how I was acting or nothing. It was just because my charges was so severe and so high profile, they had to house me as such.
Okay, I want y'all to hear him. If you are a mother or a father out there that's listening to this show right now, and you are having issues with your children, because at 15 they still a child, let
Shit,
them watch
17.
this show. Let them watch this show. I don't care what explicit language we say. Let them watch this show tonight. Go get your kids. Go get them. This is what he went through for 2 years before he even got sentenced. He ain't did nothing wrong. He was there. He was there. That's what we're going to say. He was there. And this what can happen to you.
He was guilty by association.
Right. So when you look at when you hear, I hear that and I can see it on paper. It's like, damn, you didn't do anything. You were there by association, and you get the highest charge because you held loyalty, which you hope that your other people would have done that, right? And since no one said nothing, and you felt hurt as a 15-year-old, you hear somebody actually got hurt that you tried to stop people. You feel hurt, so you said, damn, man, it is my fault. It's my fault because I couldn't stop nobody to do it. Like, I get that as a 15-year-old male. I get, like, you can't stop your homeboys from fighting, and you say to a parent or to authority, like, man, it is my fault. I just couldn't stop them fast enough. That they go and twist your words and say that you're the cause of it all.
Facts.
And then that pushes you into being the rep for all the charges. So you get the most high profile charge out of them all. Now you go to jail as a high profile case.
Yeah.
And you're put in there with the real ones.
Yeah.
And he's like, nigga, I'm 15. Look, I'm whole man. You know what I mean? But I ain't
yeah.
I ain't a real one, but I'm a whole man. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot to take in.
Yeah, I kind of had it easy though, because I was young, but I hanged with the older crowd.
Facts. Yep.
So when I got to the county, it's people in there that know me. They knew my case, knew what I did, how I did it, so they respected me for that. So while I was there, it was like I ain't had no problems with nobody, because people was like, "Oh, you got a problem with him? You got a problem with me? He 15." So it's like I really didn't have no problems with nobody in the county jail.
But then you went to prison.
I love that.
When I went to prison, it was a different story. I had to fight for my own, but in the county, I was good.
And for those that don't understand that, I hear a lot of people, they don't put a difference between prison and jail. As you're saying, the county, the prison is a whole nother level. A whole nother level. But you was able to make it through. because of God. You know what I'm saying? Not because he was 15 and they knew what happened and they knew that he shouldn't. It was because of God. God kept you. He covered you completely throughout the entire term. You see what I'm saying? When you went to prison, what was you thinking at that time? Because I'm sure you knew that it was going to be a difference.
Yeah, I was at first I was sent to at the time I was sent to Miami Correctional Facility, which was like not that high of a risk prison at the time. Now it's a level 4 prison, which is the worst prison probably in Indiana right now, which is where I was released from. But when I got there, it was just like it was okay. Like people embraced me. Like I had people walking up to me that either knew my mom or knew my dad or knew me or my case, and they was embracing me. So it was like I didn't have no problems or none, and that helped me with my mental in prison. Like people like continuously telling me keep my chin up and telling me they love me and how strong I am. Like that kept me moving forward.
Miss Patricia,
Yes,
how did
ma'am.
you feel when you knew your son was going to prison? There was nothing you can do to stop it. You couldn't say, "Oh, that's my child. He only 17 years old. I don't want him to go." How did you feel when you knew? Because you knew the difference. You knew the
Yeah.
difference between jail and prison. How did you feel when you knew he was on his way to prison?
I think it hit me, even though he was in the county jail for 2 years, the day that it hit me is when they called me to come pick up his property because they were moving him from the jail to the prison. That's when it hit me.
That's when it hit you.
Yeah.
And what was going on in your mind at the time?
I was just scared. I didn't know what could happen. Like, I knew I knew that people took to Tyree. He just got something about him. He just, like, everybody loved Tyree. And that's why he was in the situation he was in, because he gets along with everybody. So I knew that he wouldn't have a problem with fitting in and people, once they got to know him, liking him. But I know he would probably run into problems too that I couldn't protect him from.
You couldn't protect him from it. And we're gonna get into, some of the issues that you went through, Tyree, when you was in there. But first, we got some clips. We got a clip to play from the last time that your mom and your Aunt Melissa, hey, Aunt Melissa, said, "I want to be there, but I gotta work." She couldn't be here today, but she really wanted to be here. So let's get into this clip. Hold on. My doggone mouse acting crazy. Here we go.
Let me
I
tell you
was.
what their evidence was. Their evidence was pictures of some of his friends with money in which they had jobs. They had pictures of some of his friends at, each side of town has a reunion every year. They have like a picnic, a cookout. They had pictures of some of his friends at this cookout with T-shirts that say "Evil Side."
The East Side reunion,
East Side
which every
reunion,
side of town has a reunion every couple years.
Okay.
And so
and
they
that
made
was
it
their
seem like
evidence.
the East Side reunion was like their gang meeting, like thing. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to your town, like East Side reunion or whatever side
Yeah,
of town you're
we
from.
do have that
Yeah,
in Saginaw. I ain't never
but they
been.
made it.
Sorry, y'all.
The
I'm coming.
police made the reunion look like it's like the gang meeting. That's where they meet up and do their like annual thing.
Wow.
So you telling me if I go to the Juneteenth parade down the street,
Oh, nigga, you in the game. You in the game.
and we all wearing Black Lives or Black History or whatever we wearing, we all gang members now?
Yeah.
You ain't in the game. You in the damn coat.
What? You telling me something that the community put together
Yeah.
that we went to and we proud to represent this fucking ass city that we go and just because I do what we do as 15-year-olds, if I take my $100 to $200 and I made from working hard at Mickey D's, and I strip it down to 10s and 20s, and I put it on here like I'm in a man. Shut
Sorry, we love us some Jason over here. But he's right. You know what I'm saying? Your peoples. Look, Jason, here he come. Here you go. Oops, I done brought him down. Jason, that was your classic moment.
I was watching.
That was your classic moment for the show. Um, Express to us, Jason, what exactly you meant by that. Which we know, but I want you to elaborate more on that. Because we laughed. We was laughing. It was the Kiki moment. But you didn't mean nothing funny about it.
No, I didn't. I mean, we all laugh, but it's honesty, right? Like, if there's a like, all right, that's the way I can say this is, and I feel like, a lot of people understand. I seen someone, excuse me, I seen someone say it inside of in the chat from basically where they were in Philly, in the Philadelphia area. Like, so in Detroit, there's the West Side and the East Side, and a lot of people really represent West Side and East Side. Like myself, I'm West Side all day. I don't mess with the East, but I rock with people over there. I know some people, and I got friends over there. But by no means is all of the people that represent West Side of Detroit a gang member. Now, there may be gangs there. I'm not going to refute that. But not me saying that I'm from the West Side, and 15 my other best friends that we went to high school with is also from the West Side, or they went to other schools, are going to be committed as a gang member. So you can't escalate my charge because we all represent love our side of the city. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they did with him. And then he clarified that a little earlier in the segment that, yeah, just if it's 3 of us and we all are on a football team and we all play PAL football, but we don't say it's the PAL football team, we just say we the Raiders, then they're going to, you know what I'm saying, put a charge on us as enhancing that charge because we say we the Raider boys and we play PAL football. You know, so that I really don't think that's fair. I really don't think that should be something that should be in the legal system, that should be a part of, helping, keep gang members off because that's what it's for. It's to help keep the real gang members off the street because they're all associated with each other and yada, yada, yada. But I get that. But you obviously should use that with discretion and pay attention to who you're charging. So that's really comes down to the prosecutor, right? Like, we really got to talk to the prosecution and make sure that they ain't trying to staple that on everybody.
Exactly. Miss Patricia, me and you are mothers.
Mm-hmm.
We are mothers. My babies are little. I'm just gonna keep it real. My babies are very little, 6 and 9 years old. When we move to these environments, these areas, and we let our kids be friends with whoever they want to be friends with. These are peoples. We live here. This is our community. Do you feel that mothers, and I'm just being honest, do you feel that mothers should be more aware of who their kids are hanging around with? Because at the end of the day, these were his friends. So if they were his friends, how could you as a mother say no? You can't go nowhere with these people. But these same peoples that's gonna have your son back if something go down when you at work. When you are having a good time with your friends. Because mama's got to have mama's time. Okay? So when you out doing all that, and then these kids is all together, you know that they got your son's back. How do you tell a child, no, you can't hang around these people? Miss Patricia, how do you tell them that?
It's hard. But I've always said that the is that were involved in this situation. I think that they were all kids and they made a very stupid decision that day. Um, and I loved all of them, like my boys, like they were at my house every day. Tyree was with them every day. And for the most part, none of them are bad people. They just made a bad decision.
And
And
that is
to
the I think it was 8. Was it 8 people? The 8
it,
people that we showed on the screen. You knew every last one of them.
yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
The one that blamed Tyree for the guns was Tyree's best friend at the time. Like best friend. He could have blamed it on any of the other boys. He chose Tyree. For what reason I don't know.
Wow.
But I don't know. It's
Tyree,
a
how
hard
you feel about
situation.
that? That this
I
was your
still
best
love him.
friend. Say that again.
I still love him to this day. Like I don't wish him no harm at all because I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand, but I kind of understand. He was never. I was always the one that was. I don't really want to say built for that situation, but like it basically is what it is, and he wasn't. Like I didn't been put in them situations before and came out on top every time. And he never been put in them situations. So I can't really blame him for what he did because he ain't know no better. He was scared,
He had to save himself.
you know. I mean, it ain't like I wasn't mad. For a long time I held a grudge like against him. Like I ain't want nothing to do with him. But like now that I'm out, it opened my eyes and gave me different perspective on life. And I'd be stupid to hold on to that, especially now that I'm free. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't wish
Mhm.
no harm to him. I pray he get whatever he want in life and all that. I just know I can't. We can never be what we was before the situation happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that happens now with anybody. You know what I'm saying? You get into it with your friends, you get back friends again, but guess what? It'll never be the same like it was. It was 8, it was 7 people, including you, it was 8.
Hmm.
Have you talked to any of those people since you've been out? Or even during? Have you talked to any of those people?
Yeah, I talked to a few of them since I've been home
And did y'all ever talk about the incident that happened?
all the time, all the time. It's just like it's not that we really talk about it. It's just we just surprised to be out free.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like that's what we talk about. Like, man, we out here. Like, can you believe this? You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I said before, I had a mentality to where I might not never come home, and that wasn't because I had all that time. It's because I was in two of the worst prisons in Indiana, where I'm watching people die left and right every day. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? But that's really what we reflect on. Like, we made it up out of there. We came out on top. You know what I'm saying? So
so there was a moment in time. That's why I thank God for mamas and daddies, baby. That's why. When you don't believe, your mama do. Your daddy do.
facts.
When you ain't got that faith, your parents do. When you
Facts.
just give in and be like, I can't take this no more. This ain't gonna happen. You best believe that mama and daddy on their knees praying, saying, Lord, I know you this ain't how it's supposed to be. Coming from Miss Patricia, not the baby that I birthed, not the baby that I prayed over. I know this is not going to be the end. So when you was in there, Tyree, you really, really felt at a moment that I'm done. I would never get out of here. I'm
But
going to die here.
she'll tell you like we was going through so many appeals, and she was steady spending so much money on lawyers, and I steady getting denied and declined. And just the appeal before this one that I won, I told my mom I'm through. I'm not fighting no more appeals because I'm tired of putting y'all through this. I'm tired of getting my hopes up. Like maybe it's a chance I can win this time, and steady getting shot down every time. Like it was messing me up mentally. It was like every time I get my hopes up, I get a shot right back down, and then I go into a state of depression for a little while. So I was tired of going through that. I just told my mom, like, the last appeal, like, it's over with. I'm not filing no more appeals. I'm through. It's over with. And she just was like, yeah, right. She didn't want to hear it. The next appeal was filed and I came home. Like, so without her, I would still be lost in prison somewhere, like, for real. Because she the
Baby,
one
give
that
your
really
mama a
fought.
hug right now.
Yeah.
Give her a hug right now, baby. Give her a hug. You know what I'm saying? When you feel like I can't take it no more, there's somebody that's saying, we gonna go through this and you gonna be just fine. And we gonna keep fighting and fighting and fighting. Now, John Dale, she said, Miss Patricia, sending you tons of hugs. I know for a fact
Thank
that
you.
sentence took a toll on you as well. Sentencing time,
Yeah. When
baby.
they sentenced him, that was the first time I ever had a panic attack.
Wow. And you didn't know what was gonna happen.
No,
Was there any moment in time, Miss Patricia, where you fell short of faith?
never. Never.
She not lying either.
Look at God, look at God. You knew that one day my baby was gonna come home.
Yeah.
You just didn't know exactly when.
I said
But
I
you
always
knew.
had it in my heart. For some reason, it was always 10 years. I'm like, he's gonna do 10 years and then he'll be home. And he'll a few weeks short of 10 years.
She said April. I got out March.
God showed her. He showed her.
For
He
real.
showed her. Miss Patricia, my birthday in April, by the way.
Happy early
You know,
birthday.
It's late.
thank
Oh, late
you.
birthday. Oh yeah, it was the other day.
It's okay. Birthday, whatever. You know, I celebrate for the whole month. But you never gave up.
Yeah,
You never
that's a
gave
lot.
up hope. You never gave up faith. You knew my baby was coming home. And you kept fighting. I don't know if you remember, but when you was on the show, I asked you, I said, is there anything that we can do over here on our end? What type of help do you need?
None.
You and Auntie Melissa said, we got everybody we need. We got all the lawyers, we got what we need. We just need the community support. And baby, they was in the chat. They was there for Tyre. Tyre, I really want you to understand. I believe you do, but I really want you to understand and get it. Like, these people was for you. They felt like he did not belong in here at all, and we gonna stand with his family. What do you say to those people, Tyre?
I'm very appreciative. I thank everybody for the support that they gave me because I most definitely needed it and I felt it. I most definitely felt it, and it gave me hope. You know what I'm saying? It gave me a little more gas in my car. It kept me going. And I'm very appreciative for everybody who supported me while I was down, who even said my name, good or bad. You know, so it's a blessing. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to have the support that I do. And I'm looking forward to doing something with it, giving back.
Yes. That's one of the most important things. And that's something that your mom stressed and your auntie. Hey, Auntie Melissa. That she stressed just as well. That they knew. And they said it with their chest out. Oh, we know he coming home. And when he come home, he is going to do for the community. That's what they said. You know what I'm saying? And me and you, we talked. Me and Tyree talked for about a good 45 minutes. And when I tell y'all, Tyree said some things that I was like, yeah, he just get out. So he gotta, get back to reality. You know what I'm saying? He been gone since 15. A lot of things has occurred since then. Not just in the community, in the world, things has changed. And baby, when I tell you, this is just a moment right now that makes me proud of what I do. Makes me proud of what me and Jason does. Makes me proud of what me and my husband does. I'm not saying, oh, because y'all came on PEACHY Time, he done got free. I'm not saying that at all, because one thing I say, one thing for sure, two things for certain, it was God. It had nothing to do with nobody else but God. I'm sorry. God and the prayers that your mama put in. And I mean that, Miss Patricia. You put some prayers in. Auntie Melissa, you put some prayers in. Community over there in South Bend, y'all put some prayers in. Because this one's supposed to happen right now today on April 17th, 2024, when it comes to South Bend, detectives, the police station, the courthouse. This one's supposed to happen today on April 17th. But God saw fit because of the prayers that we all put in for Tyree. We all knew that this was not right. And we kept praying because, especially when you come from that environment of prayers, you know that it wasn't nothing but God. I don't know about y'all, but I get excited. I get truly, truly excited when I see stuff that I know ain't nobody did nothing but God. It ain't just with Tyree. I see stuff with other things, not even with PEACHY Time, just in my life. Jason, I know you know what I'm talking about. Just in your life, period. When you know ain't nobody did this but God. Baby, this is one of them situations. This is one of them situations. So we're going to go into a commercial break. When we come back, we got another flashback clip. We're going to play that. And then I got something special I want to show Tyree that we played from the last clip, just from the last show, just as well. So let's get into our commercial break. And baby, we'll be right back. Okay. Shout out to Main Event. We love you, Main Event. Here we go. Y'all, check them out on all platforms. Main Event. Here we go.
With each win, there is a loss. There will always be more for you to do, but you have to push through.
Lately, I've been having conversations and contemplating out with myself now. Damn, what am I doing wrong? Reminiscing on summers in the kitchen with naked women, they counting up chickens. Damn, man, it's been so long. Why this shit go left when you trying to live right? Everybody trying to tell you how to feel. Trying to shuffle through this thing called life is hella hard, cause one false move, it'll get you killed. That's why I'm past the aggression, but passive aggressive when it comes to lack of respect. Then I have to protect, and if it comes to packing the tech, then I have to confess that I will. Damn right, yeah, I'm still that nigga, the different one out the litter that never been with the children. Chatter ain't got no bill to the one that everybody calls a real nigga. I'm just trying not to be a real nigga. Yeah, last night I had a vision that I was dead broke, didn't even have a penny. Got up on my ass and said, Shirley, go and get it. Yeah, I'm talking to myself, cause he the only one that listens. Praying to the Lord, hoping one day he forgive me all these sins I committed. Drugs, money, and women gotta take me from a flaw, cause I'm all me. If there's a heaven for a G, I need a motherfucking key. Talk to him. They say the good die young, man, I'm tripping cause I'm still living. Fighting with some decisions while trying to stay persistent with their rap shit. They say I don't know how to act, bitch, but she don't understand that music makes me happy. What happens when I'm not on the road, when I'm not in the yoke, when I'm not doing show shit? They think about it. Yeah, I'm not fucking hoes. I'm just out doing work. I'm accomplishing goals. They go communicate with some fornication. Look, girl, I'm sorry. Probably take out the mind, but 24 just ain't promise. The thought of me wasting time makes a nigga wanna buy me to clean it up and go hide it while listening to the Carter too. Hey, yeah, I got that money on my mind. You feel me? Shit, I'm trying to be the best that never lied on the track. Now, can you believe that? Can we achieve that? Well, minding our beeswax and counting up these stacks. You know, money ain't the thing. We're scraping up some change just to eat, to buy some change, just to sit up on the fucking show. Said a nigga gotta shine if I don't do nothing else. Hey, cause I'm that nigga. That nigga, the different one, not the little that never been with the child or child that ain't got no filter, the one that everybody calls a real nigga. I'm just trying not to be a real nigga. Yeah. Last night I had a vision that I was dead broke, didn't even have a penny. Got up on my ass and said, Drake, go and get it. Yeah, I'm talking to myself, cause he the only one that listens. Praying to the Lord, hoping one day he forgive me all these sins I committed. Drugs, money, and women gotta take me from a flower, cause I'm all me. If there's a heaven for a G, I need a motherfucking key. Talk to him now.
Hey y'all, it's your girl, the missus with the kisses, baby. Mwah. Thank y'all so much for joining me and Jason tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if we got a special guest, thank you, special guest. I thank you for coming and sharing your story. But y'all make sure y'all watch us each and every Wednesday, okay? Each and every Wednesday, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time. Where you said? You said where? Roku TV, Facebook, YouTube, and also Twitch, baby. Twitch. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Peachy Tea Time, time spelled with a Y. And make sure you also follow me on all the other platforms just as well. Thank you so much for joining us each and every Wednesday, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time. Back to the show we go, baby. We going back. Bye. And here, this boy ain't killed nobody.
Yeah, we tried to get him sentenced as a juvenile in the juvenile court when he was in the juvenile court to begin with, and they filed a waiver to have him transferred to adult court. During the juvenile hearing, the detectives were lying. During juvenile hearings, you can't provide or you can't produce evidence or anything like that. It's only the testimony from the questioning from the attorneys and the testimony from the detectives that the judge factors into whether or not he should be tried as an adult. One of the detective that spoke with the intended victim, who the intended victim told that Tyre tried to stop the fight from happening. While he was on the stand, Tyre's lawyer asked him, did he have this conversation with Larry Bobbitt, and did he tell him that Tyre tried to stop it? And the detective said, no, not that I recall. So that gave him reason to transfer Tyre's case to adult court.
How they know?
Exactly.
As well as another case. So so a lady's purse had got stolen, and Tyre was walking in that area that day, and the police picked him up and showed him to the lady, and the lady said, no, that's not him. Well, they bring that up also in his little thing to see if he'd be waived over, but they never said that it wasn't him. So it made it look like he had robbed this lady for her purse.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Is he like are y'all running for Senate or something? Like what? What is this? Jesus, I'm baffled right now that
our whole prosecutor's office, court, everything here is just shady as it can get.
I wanted to make sure that I played that clip because Tyree said he need to get some shit off his chest. So I wanted to pull out certain things that Miss Patricia and Melissa said, and that was one of the things that was important to me, so that Tyree can let all y'all know he ain't stole nobody's purse. I'm sorry, Tyree. Go ahead. Go ahead and tell them that you ain't stole nobody's purse for the folks all the way back in the back that was wondering
I did
if
not
he stole
steal no
somebody's purse.
purses. I did not steal purses.
He said he did not steal nobody's purse. So I just wanted to make sure that we made that clear for those that saw that clip last year that was wondering, did he take somebody's purse? He ain't do it. He ain't do it at all. Now we have a question from Carmen in the chat. Carmen said, "Are you on probation or are you totally free?"
I'm free from everything.
That's a
Totally
blessing.
free.
No papers, no nothing.
The prosecutor asked for him to be on parole for a year, and the judge said that Tyree has served his time.
Absolutely, more than served.
More than served. You know, I mean, I was riding for you too. Don't get me wrong, Tyree. I was riding for you too. But baby, when I tell you Jason was on their ass. You know what I'm saying? Jason was like, he ain't did nothing. Why is he in there? What do you mean setting an example? An example for what?
That part.
How is you gonna make an example out of this young man when he ain't did nothing?
Ain't did nothing.
Jason was for you, just like I was. Jason was just a little bit more vocal at the time.
Still is. I mean, I still am, because it it shows what our system is doing for people of color, right?
Yes.
When we don't have sufficient representation, or if they try to get us before representation, they want to put us in as much time as possible because they're trying to set a point because they got somebody, right? Yes, it's extremely sad that young child lost their life, right? Extremely sad. But that don't mean that you can go corral the whole city and then just pinpoint it on one person and give this person have them throw their life away because you didn't do your due diligence, right? And if you had 8 people and 8 people were rounded up, now you have time to do your due diligence to get the right answer out of somebody and not just go, well, he kind of made a confession. He kind of said he did it, or he's, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't work. To me, that's not okay, because that gives the system full hand to do whatever they want to. And that's not what the system is made to do at all. At all. Because I want to be a person of color that believe in the system, because it needs to be there for law and order. It needs to be there for order, right? Yes, we can self-govern, but we know that there's a lot of people out here with a lot of chemical deficiencies and that are either taking something on something or have something wrong with them, that like structure, law and order is needed for them. But for the people that you can see that by talking to somebody when they set him in that room for what, probably 7 hours before someone came and talked to him. Like, before his mom showed up, he probably sat there with the people, and they probably kept trying to poke a little something here, a little something there. And then mom showed up, and then they had to really work, you know what I'm saying, go by the book. But that whole
When
time,
they found that I wasn't cooperating, they threatened me with sexual assault. Like, all that. Told me I was gonna get raped in prison, all that.
Wow.
And you know what I did to him? I just laughed and shook my head.
Because
they didn't
what's up.
phase me. They didn't like, you're gonna threaten me with sexual assault, okay. You mad right now. I understand, like, the circumstances is messed up. You feel me?
Facts.
But you ain't had to. At the end of the day, I was still a child. You know what I'm saying? You ain't had to do that, all that like that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But that just shows what the police and detectives be on the South Bend. There's so much corruption and so much folly going on right now, and it's just being swept under the rug. Nobody cares. Like when I got out, it was like it was posted, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't posted like when I got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they like snuck me out of there. You know what I'm saying? So like do the same thing you did to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Blast this on the news that I just got out. You know what I'm saying? Show it everywhere, CNN, like y'all showed when I got that time. Reciprocate that same energy, and they not doing that. The justice system is messed up here in Indiana, South Bend specifically. And right now, it's cases ongoing that it's finna be overturned for the same reason I came home. So
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
I feel like they need to clear your name. You feel me?
Yeah, I agree.
Because there's something over you that shouldn't be over you. Because if somebody would
and,
see your name, they're gonna think something.
and
And it shouldn't be that way.
that was their goal in the first place. We not just going we know we gotta let him go, but we can't just let him go like that. We gonna have to stick something on him to where he gonna have a hard time being free. And I'm dealing with that right now. I can't even get an ID. I got a felony on my background. It's hard to get a job. But first, I can't even get an ID. I have no proof of identity or nothing. I have no papers showing I was released from prison or nothing. So it's like I'm a ghost out here. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy.
And we're gonna talk more about that next Wednesday. And everybody that's out there watching right now, there's a lot of people watching. Just like I did last year, Miss Patricia. Anybody that's out there that can help this young man, we need y'all help. We need y'all help. We are going to elaborate more on that next week. I'm so glad, that Tyree and Miss Patricia is willing and able to do a part 2 to this show because it's definitely needed. Because at the end of the day, we want nothing but the best for Tyree.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, that's what we want. Tyree, this is not, even next week, it's not gonna be the last time that you hear from me. I'm gonna be on ya. You know what I'm saying? I'm be on ya. I'm gonna be calling. You don't answer your phone, I'm gonna call Miss Patricia. Miss Patricia, what's going on? Tyree ain't answering.
And
You know what I'm
I'll
saying?
track
Because
him
I
down.
want nothing but the best for you. What you say, Miss Patricia?
And I'll track him right on down.
There you go. There you go.
She got my location on the phone. I can't go nowhere without her knowing where I'm at.
And
should.
You know what I'm saying? And she should. Me and you had that conversation. You know what we talked about.
Yeah.
She's a mother. She's your mother. When you went in, you was only 15 years old. And I asked you, Tyree, you're out now. You're free. You're a grown man, 25 years old. How's Miss Patricia acting? That's what I said. I said, how's Miss Patricia acting? Is she still acting like you 15? Or is she acting like you 25? And Miss
Both.
Patricia, he said it. He said she's acting like I'm 25. She understands that I'm grown now, but she still, reverse back from time to time. And baby, I understand. Jason understands. As parents, not as mothers, as parents, we understand. You know what I'm saying? I talked to Miss Patricia the other day, and I hope she don't mind me saying this, but I talked to her the other day, and Miss Patricia broke down. And I'm like, what do I say? Miss Patricia, everything okay? And it's just her being a mother. She's worried. She's concerned. She's scared. She don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. She don't know what's going to happen next week or next month. All she know is I want my baby to stay out of the system. I don't want him to go back there. And she's afraid that the next time if something happens, I may not be able to get him out. I may not be able to fight so hard. She gonna try, but who knows? And then when I talked to Tyree afterwards, Tyree said she was crying. Oh, what she was crying for? What she said? What happened? You know, he was concerned at that moment. He was concerned, like, what's going on? You know, but at the same time, Tyree is a grown man, 25 years old, and he gets it. And that's what I love about Tyree coming home. He understands. He gets it when it comes to his mama. He gets it. And Miss Patricia, I'm here to tell you, keep the faith. Keep praying. Just because he got out, don't stop praying. Keep praying. Keep believing. Keep having that faith that you had when he was in there. That God is going to see him through. God is going to cover him completely. He has a purpose. Believe that. If you don't believe nothing else, he has a purpose. So, Tyree, I'm going to play this clip that I play for your mom and I play for your Aunt Melissa.
Okay.
So I'm going to play this. We're going to come back. We're going to talk just a little bit more, and then we're going to be out of here till next week, y'all, because I got something I got to read to y'all, okay? It's going to be quick, but I got to read to y'all. So, Tyree, this is what I presented to your mom and to your auntie, because at the end of the day, I wanted them to stay encouraged. I didn't want them to fall short. I wanted them to know that in the midst of every storm that they may go through, God is going to be there to carry them through. So, Tyree, now I am honored. When I say I'm honored, I am honored to say I played this for your mom and your auntie. Now, Tyree, I am honored to say I'm going to play this for you tonight. Stay encouraged. Here we go.
Even though your winds blow, I want you to know you cause me no Lord, 'cause I'm safe in his arms. Even though your rain falls, I can still make this call. Let there be peace. Now I can say, go away. I command you to move today because of faith. I have a brand new day. The sun will shine, and I will be okay. That's what I told the storm. Yeah. I told the storm. Oh yes, I did. Storm, you can't last. Storm, you can't.
All
That's
right.
crazy.
Tyree said it's crazy. Tyree, no matter what you go through, no matter what storm you went through the storm, baby. You went through the storm and God brought you out of it. But at the same time, like I told you and I told your mama on 2 separate occasions, it's still a new journey.
Yes,
And that's what people fail to realize. You pray, you ask, you want. I just want my baby to come home. I don't want my baby to be in there. But guess what? It's a whole nother journey that Tyre got to take on when he gets out. This ain't easy for him. Everybody celebrated. Everybody was happy. Everybody was there for him when he walked out them doors. You know, everybody was happy. But he still got to go through a journey. And the only person that can keep him on track is God. And Tyre, you got to believe. You got to have faith, just like your mama and Auntie Melissa and all the other family members. I don't know them. They ain't come on the show. I don't know them. But everybody else, plus the community, they had faith. They believed in you. And that's another thing. He got all this. He got to carry all of this. They fought for me. They was there for me. I can't do nothing wrong. I can't fuck them that one time. Because they all did this for me. So just imagine what he's going through right now, y'all. All this on his back. And he still has to keep the faith. And Tyre, I know it's going to work out for you. I know it will. Ain't no I think. Ain't no it's a possibility. Ain't no it may. I truly believe deep in my heart that you're going to be just fine. Like I told you, Miss Patricia, soon as his little ass get a job, he going to be fine. Go to work, come home. He'll be fine. He going to be fine. You know, you just got to continue to stay prayed up. Get in the church. Go to church on Sundays. I don't know your religion and what you believe in and all that, but what I'm saying right now is what I know. Go to church. Get into God. Read your Bible. Pray. Pray with your mama. You know what I'm saying? You know, find you a little girl. Hey, girl. Yeah, don't be coming over there trying to give him because, you know, he live and everything. Nah. He needs somebody that's wholesome. He needs somebody that's wholesome. You know what I'm saying? But seriously, though, all jokes aside, continue to pray. That's the only advice I can give you. I can't tell you nothing else but to pray, believe, and have faith, which is the same thing I told your mama and Auntie Melissa. That's what's going to carry you through. That's what's going to get you through. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
I have somebody that I'm going to connect you with. I'm going to have them come up next week. You know, you definitely need some sponsors, somebody that's going to be there for you. You can call at any given time that's been through what you've been through. Your mama ain't been through what you've been through. I ain't been through what you've been through. Jason, he was in there.
A little bit.
I found out on the show that my co-host had been in jail. I'm like, what?
You didn't do a background check?
A little bit.
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
It was a little jokey joke at first, but then he like, yeah, I'm like, you been? Well, for real?
Right.
Yeah, he done been there before. You know, my husband, he done been there before. My brother, he's in there right now. You know, he done been. But you seem like I done been there, done that. I ain't trying to go back. This
Not
ain't
at
for
all.
me. And the people in our community, we are there for you 100%. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
We
ma'am.
rocking with you. We want you to win. We want you to win, Tyre. We really do. I know you don't know us. You don't know me from a can of paint, except for what your mama done told you about the show. You don't know Jason from a can of paint, except for what your mama and Auntie Melissa done told you from the show. You don't know my viewers. But when I tell you I got some strong praying viewers, look at me now. I'm here. I quit my job. You know? And that's because of the prayers that people have been putting in for me that watches this show. So if they gonna put the prayers in for me, baby, I know that they gonna put the prayers in for you. Okay?
Yes,
Now, we have a part 2 to this show. But before we go to part 2, I thought about it. Miss Patricia said this was a high profile case. Everybody knew about this case. That's what she said. It was very high profile. So I said to myself, well, if this was so high profile, like Miss Patricia and Auntie Melissa said, then I know they had to been there when he got released. And baby, they was. Now, like you said, they wasn't like that. They wasn't there like they was when you got in there. But when you came home, some of them was there. So I want to read this to you guys. And once I read this is the beginning of part 2. And everybody knows that watches my show that I always let my guest in the show. So Tyree, get ready. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna tell you what to say. But don't even worry about it. Miss Patricia, I already know how this goes. But I'm gonna go ahead and read this. This came out on March 15th. When was you released?
March 14th.
March 14th. See, they was on your ass. They was they don't put it in the news, baby. March 15th, 3:30 p.m. But it says South Bend man who claimed witness lied at murder trial takes plea deal, released from prison. Now, before I read this, I did send this to Miss Patricia, and I asked her for her permission to read this, and she said yes. So I'm going to go ahead and read it. It's been a whirlwind of legal proceedings for Tyre Bradbury ever since he was convicted of murder in a 2014 shooting. Bradbury was 15 at the time, and he got involved in a shooting between rival gang members at which we all know they was all friends, but let's just go ahead what they said. Rival gang members at Coquillard Park that ended up killing 2-year-old John Swovelin, who was playing over 1,200 feet away in front of his yard. Again, I cannot express it enough. Rest in peace to baby John, and our hearts go out to the family of baby John. Bradbury didn't pull the trigger to kill Swovelin, but prosecutors say he brought the gun that was used, and Bradbury was convicted of murder, which we all know that he didn't bring the gun. But let's keep reading. Bradbury has been incarcerated since his arrest in 2014, but a slew of new developments, including a slate witness who said they lied at Bradbury's original trial and a new plea deal, means the 25-year-old Bradbury has been released from prison. Plea deal. The simplest explanation for Bradbury being released from jail this week is that he accepted a revision plea deal. Instead of murder, which he was originally convicted of, Bradbury agreed to plead guilty to aiding in aggravating battery and was given a 20-year sentence. Because Bradbury has already spent 10 actual years in prison, he accrued enough credit for good behavior to have officially served his sentence. But the path to get to the new plea has been anything but straightforward. Since he was convicted in 2016, Bradbury has explored multiple avenues of having his conviction overturned. In an appeal, he argued his trial attorneys were ineffective for going with an all or nothing trial strategy of refusing to allow jurors to consider a lesser sentence of reckless homicide in the shooting. The state court of appeals voted 2-1 to overturn the conviction based on those grounds. But the Indiana Supreme Court upheld the original conviction in another divided ruling. Bradbury even attempted to have the U.S. Supreme Court hear the case, but the court didn't take it out. But attorneys for Bradbury recently brought forward new evidence alleging one of the state's witnesses lied at Bradbury's trial. That witness is Terrence Peterson, who testified as a jailhouse informant, meaning Peterson was in jail with Bradbury and originally claimed Bradbury confessed details about the case to him. And that's what the hell they damn went off of. Okay, I'm sorry. Specifically, Bradbury's case hinged on the argument that he wasn't aware that the shooter, Robert Griffin, was going to shoot at the other gang member, Larry Bobbitt. In the moments before the shooting, Bradbury said he was telling Griffin not to shoot, and Bobbitt, the one being shot at, backed up Bradbury's account at trial. However, Peterson told the jury that Bradbury confessed to him in jail that Bobbitt was going to lie on the stand, undercutting a key witness for Bradbury. According to Bradbury's attorney, John Chenoweth, Peterson's testimony greatly helped the state. Terrence Peterson told the jury that Tyre had confessed to him when they were both in jail. Chenoweth told WVPE in November that was so important to the state's case. It took it from thin and circumstantial to fairly solid, if you believe what Peterson was saying. Bradbury's lawyers argued their case before St. Joseph County Judge Elizabeth Hurley in May of last year. At that hearing, Chief Deputy Prosecutor Chris Frank denied officials made any formal deals with Peterson, but said law enforcement eventually stopped using him as a witness because he would try to pry information out of his fellow inmates, leading to thorny legal issues of whether that information would be usable at trial. Hurley ruled that based on Peterson's new admissions, Bradbury should get a new trial and overturned his conviction. The St. Joseph County Prosecutor's Office was in the process of appealing Hurley's ruling, but instead the two sides worked out a plea agreement rather than Bradbury trying to go to trial again. The deal saw Bradbury admit to a lesser charge of aiding and abetting an aggravated battery. Though he admitted to a crime, the deal gave him a sentence he already completed, and he was released. Okay, we're going to stop right there. When we come back next week, we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about some of the challenges that Tyre is dealing with now that he's released. He's a free man. Some of the things that he deals with inside mentally. I want to make sure I say that. Mentally, these are the things that he's dealing with. We're going to talk about if they prepared him. Tyre, remember I'm saying all this because I might forget next week. We're going to talk about if they prepared him to come out just as well. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about all of it. Because this ain't easy for Tyre. And this definitely is not easy for Miss Patricia just as well. So again, Tyre, Miss Patricia, I love y'all so much. And I thank you. And I know Tyre probably like, he's 25 years old, Miss Patricia. So he probably like, what you mean you love me? I love y'all. I love y'all.
I love you too.
Thank you. But seriously, I love y'all so much. I thank y'all for trusting me, trusting Jason just as well with the story. This is something that was big. Y'all could have took this anywhere else, but you decided with the help of Miss Loria. I love you, Miss Loria. You decided to bring it here to Peachy Tea Time. where we keep it 100. We go in deep, and we try to make sure that everyone be able to start the healing process. And even if you're not starting the healing process, either you're in the middle of the healing process or you have completely healed and you're here to help another person bring awareness. So I really appreciate that. And again, I gotta let y'all in the show, mama and son. I'm just so happy. Y'all just so happy. Yes, nonchalant Toddy. She said, I got another story for you, Miss Peachy. Can I give you a call tonight? Yes, you can.
Trust
Give
me,
me
you
a
need to
call
hear that
tonight.
story too.
All right. Well, give me a call tonight. Also, it was another lady, Shanika. Was it Shanika? Is that how you pronounce her name? Let me go to it. Let me see if I can find it. What's up, Bruce? I see you in the building. Her name was, I'm looking for it. I'm looking. It was so many comments tonight. But I think her name was Shakana or Shanika. I'm looking. I'm sorry, y'all, because I just want to make sure that everybody get the help that they need when it comes to Peachy Tea Time. So I definitely apologize. Jason, can you see if you can help me find it?
I don't know what you're looking
Okay, I
for.
made it to the top. I'm looking in the comments. It was in the comments. Her name, I believe her name was Shanika. Let me keep looking. Chanica. She said that she was going through the same thing and she had a 14-year-old. Do you see it?
Yeah.
No.
We looking for you, girl. We looking. There it is. I found it. Shakana Bland. She said, my son is going through the same thing and he was only 14 at the time. Miss Patricia and
I
Tyree, do you
think
know this person?
I think I know who who she referring to. But
Okay.
I just don't want to say no names, but I think
No, you don't have to say no names. All I want you to do, if you know who she is and you can reach out to her, please give her my information. That's
okay.
all I want you to do. Give her my information. I will be going through the chat tonight just as well to reach out to some people that was in tonight. Tyree, you just never know, who you bless.
Yes, ma'am.
You never know who you have brought to Peachy Tea Time. No matter what you done been through, like we have said throughout this entire show, it's a purpose.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
got a purpose. And as far as I'm concerned, your purpose tonight is to bring awareness and the people that you're bringing just
Yes,
as
ma'am.
well to Peachy Tea Time so that they can start the healing process and put their family stories out there. Carmen said, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And you have to continue to believe that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Um, Tylecia. Tylecia Henderson said, head up, chest out. You got this, baby. You
And that's my
got
little
this.
sister.
Hey, sis. Oh. Yeah. So again, thank you so much. Thank you, Loria. Loria said, I got them. I will send to you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Loria. We out of here, y'all. We out of here. I will see y'all next Wednesday, but y'all already know y'all gonna hear from me before next Wednesday. Please, please, please make sure y'all tune in on Friday for Love and Relationships with me and my husband. Please tune in. We will be in studio. And after that, I see y'all on Monday, and then we'll be back with Tyree and Patricia and Jason on Wednesday. But of course, y'all gotta end the show. Okay, y'all gotta end the show. Jason, is there anything that you want to say before
No,
we get out
man.
here?
Nah, no, not really.
All right. Jason ain't got really too much to say. He gonna save it for Wednesday. He
That
gonna
part.
save
That
it
part.
for Wednesday.
Facts. Save it to that.
Exactly. And shout out to Sam. Shout out to Sam if he's watching. He will be joining us on Wednesday just as well. Miss Patricia and Tyree, please stay on at the end of the show just for a couple seconds, so
Okay.
that I can holler at y'all for a second. But what I want you to do together next week is gonna be separate. I'm gonna say I want Tyree to say this and I want Miss Patricia to say this. But Tonight, my spirit, I laugh, I kiki, I joke a lot, but my spirit is telling me to tell y'all, and it could be God, I don't know, Miss Patricia, I don't know, but my spirit is telling me to tell y'all to talk to the family of Baby John tonight. Tyre, you home. You home now. You see what I'm saying? You home. They couldn't hear from you when you was in there.
Yes, ma'am.
But you're home now. So I want the two of you, so let's start with Miss Patricia as the mother, the queen. Miss Patricia, you talk to Baby John's family, and then we're gonna let Tyre talk to Baby John's family. Okay? And then when you're done, just like we did a year ago, put that church finger up, and I know that y'all done. Okay? I love you guys. Please make sure y'all tune in next Wednesday for the conclusion, part 2. And here y'all go. Y'all time to shine. Here
I just want to say to the mother and father of John Swoplin that I'm sorry for your loss. If there's ever a time that you want to speak with me or Tyre, we are more than willing to have a conversation with you. I mean, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm not sure, like, I don't know what I would have done if it were my son that I would have lost that day. But we're sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to say the same thing. Really, I'm sorry for everything that happened. I know to the dad, I know we spoke a couple times. We had a few interactions. And I know you understand, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say, again, I'm sorry for what happened. You know, I appreciate the support, you know, because y'all ain't had to support me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm appreciative of it. I'm grateful, you know, and I just hope that if I'm needed, you know what I'm saying, y'all can reach out to me and talk to me or whatever y'all might need that I can help y'all with. I'm most definitely willing to do that. And I love y'all and be safe.
They ain't put that church finger up, but I knew they was done. I knew they was done. But again, on behalf of Peachy Tea Time, we love you. We don't know you, Baby John's family, but we love you. We pray for you. And you are always, always in our prayers. And we're going to continue to bring awareness over here on Peachy Tea Time for people like you, your family, your friends, and of course, Baby John. Baby John is up in baby heaven. That's what I'm going to call it. He's up in baby heaven, toddler heaven. Okay, shining down on your family, baby. He is shining down, watching over you all. And again, our hearts go out to you all. Thank you all for joining, and we will see you next Wednesday. Love you all. Mwah. Bye.
Return, please return.